Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ramblings, it's done. That's right, guys. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. All three of the EG4 inverters have got all of their conduit. Whew, what a beautiful day, and it was a great day to get this done. I didn't film any of it. No, I didn't film a single bit of it because I filmed an hour-long video on RidgeLife the other day, just getting the one done, and then the conduit coming down there out of the end of the trough into the 240 panel. You didn't want to see, 8 more of those done. I tell you, it went a lot smoother not filming. I mean, like hours less. Well, one thing, the stepper bit I used, you saw whenever I swapped out my stepper bit with a titanium one from Harbor Freight, it worked so much better. I mean, so much better. The one that came in the VVOR kit, I don't know if I dulled it by overheating it. I just think it was just not the same quality as the Harbor Freight one. That Harbor Freight one, I mean, it was like just drilling into butter. It was sweet. Again, I wish I would have made my trough just about 2 inches lower. Now, a lot of y'all said, Tim, you probably should have had a right angle drill. Well, I would have preferred a left angle drill because I'm left-handed. But yes, an angle drill probably would have been so much easier. But I don't have one. So if anybody wants to send me a right angle drill, I prefer DeWalt, Milwaukee, Cobalt. just kidding. But if you want to send me one, my address is down in the description. P.O. Box 316, Oakland, Tennessee 38060. Yeah, just saying. Oh, that was funny. A lot of people say, Tim, you should go out and buy this tool. Tim, you should go out and buy this tool. I mean, you've already seen a lot of the tools and materials I bought so far just to get this done. I'm retired, guys. I'm not making that steel mill money anymore. I'm just making the YouTube money. So I kind of try to be a little more on the frugal side of things. Definitely on the frugal side of things. But I think it turned out great. What do you think? Everything, all the letterings at the back, everything is straight, lined up. I'm excited. So I still have a lot more to mount. I ordered a bunch more stuff from Amazon and Lowe's, and most of it has come in. I got behind me over here is the big batteries, and I still have to run all the battery cables. Right below here in the center section, I'm gonna have 2 big 16-inch boxes to have the plus and minus bus bars in. I'll have them in separate boxes. Run all the battery cables in there. Of course, I still got to install all the breakers in the 240 panel. See that 240 panel right there? Still got to get all those breakers in. On the outside of the shed, I'm going to have a big box that has a 50 amp, a 30 amp, and a GFCI receptacle. 50 and 30 amp for campers, and then the GFCI just to have a receptacle. Out here this is the doorway. You're in the doorway right now. I'm gonna have a rapid shutdown switch and another GFCI receptacle. And then for the tool side, I was just sitting here today thinking about this. For the tool side, I don't have any electrical ran over in the tool side. So on the tool side, I'm gonna come out of the back of this trough through the wall and mount receptacles in there. I'll probably just do 2 4-gangs, one on either side of the workbench in there. That should be enough for that tool room. Again, this isn't going to be the long-term shop in there. That's just going to be motorcycle storage and tools, and then eventually I'll have a big shop built. Motorcycles will go over there, and this will just be like storage. I can put the lawnmower in there, or of course I can put the lawnmower in the big shop. Tons of uses. It could just be storage. Christmas trees and all that kind of stuff. Nice contained storage. It's not heated or cooled, so stuff that didn't need to be heated or cooled. But lots of choices, and I'm very excited about the direction it is going. What y'all think about Hudson's driving yesterday? He did amazing. I am He's only driven just a couple times now. He drove all the way to Memphis like 3 or 4 times. I think he drove to school today. I'll have to ask Meredith if he drove to school. But yeah, he did a very good job, especially with me and Meredith making all that noise, talking, and then she said, "Oh, take the camera." And I put the camera in front of him while he was driving. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should not have done that. Just got done talking to David from Come On Homesteading, and he's still looking forward to coming here sometime in the next couple weeks. He'll give you more information about that on his channel. He's not feeling very well though. He's trying to fight off the funk that is going around over there. I think his daughter's got the vid, and I think a couple others got some colds too or something. So hopefully he can stay clear of all that and make it here healthy. I want to make sure we stay healthy too, because we have Valentine's trip to Nashville with Willa for her dance, and we want to make sure we stay healthy for that. And let's see here. What other things do I? The next thing I'm going to do in here, see, I'm really contemplating. I've got the mini split on the outside. I think I got all the materials now. I still need to go to Lowe's and get some a 1/2-inch PVC conduit. But I got all my fittings and the glue and all that stuff. I'm thinking of mounting the disconnect for the mini split AC outside, and then when I bring it through the wall, I'll put receptacles in here on that same PVC line, 2 separate circuits. The AC will have its own circuit, and then the receptacles in here will have their own circuits. Because the lights in here, are the automatic lights. There's no switch. They have that sensor, but they do need to be plugged in. So I'm gonna have a receptacle over by the panel over there, and that will be in that same string. So there'll be 2 circuits, one for the 2 receptacles and one for the outside AC. Then of course I am going to have GFCI receptacles on the outside in here for this building as well. And then I'm also going to run, when I run the solar cables for the solar panels, I'm going to run extra conduit to have receptacles on the carport poles and also for lights out there. Right now I've got the temporary lights, the string lights, and I can keep those up there, but I'll still need someplace to plug them in. They're on the motion sensor also. I'll run a couple circuits out there for that, and I'm running 20 amp circuits for almost everything, so I am using 12 gauge wire. So that's guys, this weather, I've been working. I had the door open while I was working today, and I almost closed it and turned the air conditioner on because it is warm out there. This room is very, very, very well insulated too. When I first opened it up this morning, it was super cold in here. Even though it was like, warm outside, it was super cold in here because of how well it's insulated. And now that it's warmed up, now it's nice. I had the door open the entire time, so it's nice and warm in here. And it'll keep this warmth throughout the evening until late in the evening. But it's been closed up in here for a couple days because I'm back on the ridge working. I was at Meredith's this weekend and taking care of all that stuff. Going to do all the dance stuff with my granddaughter and Willa. Remember, I am her step-Tim. She calls me her step-Tim. I'm not actually her stepdad just yet. I'm her step-Tim. Took the F-250 Beast to the car wash. It was needing it something fierce. All that road salt and everything from the snow we've had. And believe it or not, guys, even though it's like 70 degrees today, there is still snow everywhere. The road leading up to the ridge still has snow. There's grooves where the tires are. There's no snow, so Grandma Carol could get out. Finally, she got out of the ridge driveway, but there's still snow all over it, and there's still snow in the shadows, like the carport shadows, which helps reflect the light up onto the solar panels and give me more solar. I like that a lot. But I imagine, and behind the solar shed here, where the mini split is, it's still about this deep, from all the snow that came off the white shed. So tons of snow back there. It's just odd to see all the snow on the ground. Like if you go over there by the white shed and the materials for the barn house build, all that is all snow. I mean, just snow and sleet still about this deep on the ground. and because there's no sun right there. The sun doesn't come in that area. But it will be gone. I guarantee. We are not supposed to get below freezing again for at least a week. And if we can get through, most of February, we're probably going to be good for no more, at least sub-freezing. We may get some close to freezing and stuff like that. You never know. We may get another snowstorm. I've seen it snow in March down here, which is very, very rare. But yeah, the snow's still here, but it will be gone very, very soon. My focus right now, this is funny. Some people on my video said, Tim, we're done with the power shed. Well, I'm sorry you're done with the power shed, because I'm not done with the power shed. I've got a lot more work to do. I got miles of wires to run and terminations. So on RidgeLife is going to be a lot of power shed videos. I mean, I'll intersperse other videos in with that, working on Meredith's barn and the animals and stuff like that. But most of it's going to be the solar, getting the solar panels, digging the trenches and getting all this wired up, getting the electrical inspection and all that. I still have to have the electrical inspector come out 2 more times. One for the rough end. Basically, whenever I get all the conduit done and the wires ran to their locations, I'll call him out, the inspector out, to make sure I didn't miss anything. Before I start terminating everything, getting everything all prettied up, cutting the wires, I'll have him come out to make sure I ain't got to redo anything, because it is very possible I could, because I am definitely not an expert. Like my dad said, Tim, this split between the 2 troughs right here, this gap, you're supposed to have a cover on it. That is true, but it is finger safe. You can't get anything in there. You can't get a screwdriver, so if the inspector says I can get by with that, I'm going to get by with that. If he says I have to cover it, they do make a cover for it. I may just put, right now, duct tape. These things open, I could put duct tape around it, and it would be completely sealed. But that is not the best answer. But in the steel industry, that is okay. In the residential, probably not. But in steel industry, we just wanted everything to be finger safe, right? Tool and finger safe. I think residential is a little more strict, and I am definitely in residential code territory, so I got to do all that stuff. But yeah, I've got, it's come along quickly though. A lot of people have been saying, that it takes me, months to do things, and it does. It really does. I live my life, in that semi-retired state, and I know what my deadlines are, and they're not always your deadlines. You want to see it done now. And I'd like to see it done, but I'm also doing it at the pace that my money can afford. As money comes in, I get materials. As money comes in, I get materials. And that's probably understandable. A lot of y'all understand, that you can't, money doesn't grow on trees. It may be made out of trees, but it doesn't grow on trees. You can't just go out there and pick a $100 bill off and go, get all this done. This does take time. It does take money. So I'm slowly getting it done, and but I'm enjoying it as well. This is my retirement, and I want to enjoy the work I do. I don't want to be, just tiresome, tedious labor that I don't enjoy. I mean, it can be tiresome, and it is tedious sometimes, but I make it fun. I make it fun. Maybe when David gets here, I can help him get my backhoe back on, because my backhoe's in a situation where I've got a problem. And I know he's put his backhoe on several times. Mine's a little bit different, but I may have him help me do that when he comes out here. And let's see here. I got some really cool things from Signature Solar. That's who I buy all my solar equipment from, and a lot of my cable. I'll be showing that maybe tomorrow. I've also been working on some RidgeLife's reviews and how-tos videos. A lot of things I do on RidgeLife, I'll film longer versions of those videos with more details, like how to use the app software, or like when you're installing the mini split. I just installed it on RidgeLife, but on RidgeLife's reviews and how-tos, I'm going to go over the specs, how far from the ceiling, how far from the floor, the BTUs, the amps, the kilowatts, all that stuff, you know, so I get a little more in depth and, you know, how to use the app software and monitor it and all that. So you'll be seeing some RidgeLife reviews and how-tos videos coming out. If you're so inclined to subscribe to that channel, I would appreciate it if you do. I know some of you like just the ramblings. You don't even want to go watch me build all this stuff. You just want to see what it looks like when it's done and talk about it. That's fine too. I do appreciate it. So excuse me. The animals are doing amazing. They are out of the barn now over at Meredith's. I have a new method for feeding Reese now. And maybe Wednesday when I go over there, maybe I'll do a rambling and I'll show you my new method of feeding Reese. Because when I go over there for Wednesday for the Wednesday Night Live with Meredith, I should get there early in the afternoon if I can get my work done over here. If the weather's good. Hopefully the weather will be nice. The fiber's working great with the hardwire connection on our live last week, so look forward to better live streams at Meredith's now that we're hardwired to the fiber, and we're not using the Wi-Fi throughout our house for that because it's just not as strong as we'd like, and we don't want to spend all the money on getting the new routers because they were quite expensive. The ones that are mesh systems and we're trying to save a little money right now. You know, we got a wedding coming up, so. We wanted to talk about the wedding venue and stuff this weekend, but with the dance competitions and all that, we did not get to it. But we will. We won't do that on the live stream because I want to do that on a rambling so we can get more in depth and I can show pictures and all that stuff too. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get back and get to work. I've got some grounding to do. I got some bonding. And I'm not doing that on camera either because I've already done a video on it. So it's just more of the same for that. So you won't see a video on me doing more grounding and bonding, but you will when I get to doing it in here. I got to do some stuff on the outside today. So while the weather's nice. So love every single one of you guys. If you like today's video, give it a big old thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out on one of our channels. Until next time. Hope everyone has a blessed day. If you got a hype on a mobile device, hit it. You should get 3 a week. So until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day. Keep rambling and go Ridge Life. Woo!